2009 Infiniti FX50. You guys know that I like to share all the know-how, tips and tricks on all the vehicles that I own, and this video is not going to be much different in that regard. It's going to be on a topic that's not exactly sexy or exciting, but rather important. It is going to be on how to access the stuff that's underneath there and get to your spare wheel. Again, it might sound like it's not that much, but hopefully there is something you can learn in watching this video. Sometimes when working with cars, you find excitement wherever you can. So first thing I need to do is clear up this space, and then I can remove my trunk mat. And once that's out of the way, I have my factory trunk flooring. So here's the handle. Push down here, and then grab the handle. You see that? Then pull this up. The only challenge is just clearing the first aid kit over there. Well, the owner's manual and stuff. And then just lift it all the way up. It opens up pretty wide, and I think being that the roof of the car is right here, you can hold onto this with one hand, but it's not necessary to do all that. See this strap over here? Let me get a little closer. See this strap over here? Yeah, this is a hook that is going to work to your benefit. So watch this. And bring this over and hook it over there. Then slowly release this. Whoa, look at that. So it can hold itself up there now. No need to hustle with it, no need to fuss with it. Haven't really seen those. Okay, great. So there's your spare wheel, and this thing right here is your subwoofer. It's a Bose model, as you can see over there. And when you look at the imprint down here, apparently it's got a certain direction it's supposed to go. It's supposed to be like this. This is supposed to be facing that way. Not like it matters too much. Sometimes the wiring harness is going to be a limiter. Here's your tow hook for the front. Here's your, 10 millimeter, because you might need it for something, and you also have some sort of a pry tool. Here's your scissor jack, and it's velcroed down. When you do that, I actually don't need to remove it because I need to get down there and do a demo for something else. Okay, so Velcro off. Go ahead and remove this, and I have to remember that the side with the eye is the one that goes farther towards the car. Okay, set this off to the side over here. And now I've got my lug wrench. The lug wrench seems useless because you've got this other part right here that is a companion to it that makes it a proper tool. So this is the one that goes in here and makes it a proper tool. Nice and easy, right? I'll set these off to the side for now. We'll be back dealing with those. And now, to remove your spare wheel, come here, unscrew this. Counterclockwise. It's a standard thread, or anti-clockwise, for my people in Australia and other parts of the world. I think in America we just say lefty-loosey. Try to simplify things out here. Boy, I didn't know it went that deep. Yeah. Okay, we're finally out. Yeah, it is kind of long. I guess I see why it took a while. Alright, set that off to the side. And now we can remove the suitcase over here. Just grab this handle, pull it up, and don't drop it, don't abuse it. Just set it off to the side, somewhere you like. Since it's got a flap button, I thought it could stand because of this corner right here, but suppose I got it twisted. So right here, this is your wheel. And because, let's look at the spec of the wheel over here. Because this is an FX50, they have the large sport brakes, so they require a minimum 18-inch wheel to clear those brakes. This is 18 by 4.5, and I believe I saw the offset somewhere. Offset is right here, 25. It's an interesting wheel. And the tire size is says temporary use only, as you can see over there. I did see the tire size earlier. Oh, here we go. 175. Is this a 90? 18? Yeah. So let me go ahead and pull this out and you'll see what it looks like. As I said, it's a pretty interesting looking wheel. Made by Enki, or Enkai. I think I talked to somebody who told me that's how you pronounce it. This is what it looks like on the other side. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, I guess being that it's black, you can't just use it all randomly, but it's a very interesting wheel. I mean, white, not for how skinny it is. I think it's an interesting wheel. You could, I like experiments like those. Try to use it on your on your car, but this one is definitely made to clear the brakes. So there's that. When you set it down, you have some foam protector pads over here. This one here, that. This is my shirt, I'm using for spares. We've got that over here. What else? Here. So you've got quite a lot of those. And was there another one? No, this is just a plastic piece. And then you've got a plug in case, I guess, you get flooded. You can push water down. Wiring harness that goes to the bottom for your rear speed sensors and the rear steering rack. On the way back in, pretty simple. Just go ahead and put this in there. Make sure you lift it and set it down so you don't knock those pads off. And I've said it a lot of times, and I'll say it again. It's not as hard as it looks. It's just that when working with one hand, you lose a lot of dexterity and ability. All right, so that's it. Pretty good. Try to get this as centered as you can, as much as possible. And that looks good enough to me. And let's go ahead and set this one back down. Something's missing here. I knew that was missing. There's a felt pad that goes on top here so that when you screw this down, it's not squeaking on that plastic. So try to find a hole. There you go, found the hole. Sorry for the grainy footage. When I go wide, it got a little grainy. All right, keep going. Nice, I like the sound of that. Okay, so it's fine. I don't think it's going anywhere really. Do you guys know, and I kind of covered it already, but when you look on the back side of OEM wheels, they usually have a marking that corresponds to where the valve stem is, and I know the valve stem is right here. It was just an interesting coincidence in this case. This one here, there's really nothing here. But I'm looking at it thinking, well, there's no way. Is there a way? I'm trying to see if there's any way for me to have the valve stem here, so in case I need to like air it up, I could have it aligned that way. Nah, it's facing like all the way there, so I wouldn't be able to reach it anyway. So that's it. That's the basics. These are the basics of what I wanted to show you. How to gain access to your trunk area and to get your spare wheel. I hope you, one, never need to use your spare wheel. But if you do, I hope that you once in a while check, make sure that the tires air it up, because yes, this is an older vehicle. Modern vehicles don't really even give you a spare wheel anymore. They just give you a can of Fix-A-Flat and tell you, hey, good luck. So I think this is pretty cool that you can still find that over here. But I'm going to let this kind of hang right now because I'm working on another video that I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy. So for now, let's just go ahead and unhook this. And then I'll show you how it goes. Just that. There's not too much to it. Pretty cool, right? Nice and nifty. And I don't know, whatever reason would send you here to replace your handle. If you've got a broken handle, hey, don't just live with it. They are replaceable. As you can see, you've got screws on the other side. And so you can do things. The other thing I wanted to show you is that this thing does have like straps that allow it to move a certain extent. So it's not, you know, this is more for service really. In case you're trying to get to those bolts, you don't have to disassemble everything. You can just move it backwards. And I know other cars, the FX isn't really set up like that, but the Murano, you know, other Nissans are kind of set up. They have that allowance. You could move this trunk floor and kind of move it at different stages and make it sit higher, lower, and things like that. But here, I just noticed that all it does is it allows you to move it backwards. So, hey, better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and aim those hooks, this one here and the other one over here. You do have some slots right there. You can't miss them. And then set them down. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll work on this later when I come back here. That will be for storage. So, hey, I hope you guys have learned something, and it's a pretty mundane task, but sometimes, you know, when you're out there on the road fumbling, I hope you can remember that you watched one of my videos and it gave you an idea of how things could work. So, that's it. That's it for today. And I'm going to go ahead and put this away and go ahead and upload the video, okay? All the best.